guys, it's Big from the Game Retriever here. I'm going to show you guys how to get 100% of the collectibles here, which is in the main storyline. It's cans of pyramids, manuscripts, thermoses, and history. The rest of the collectibles are in the DLC, but once you get to, this is basically right when you come out of the car, once you run down the road, you're going to see that little cutscene, but you're supposed to go right. But what you're going to do is go left to this bridge, and on that bridge is a coffee thermos. There's 100 of these, and there's 100 of every collectible. So we're going to be going down. But once you get the gun, you can see right here, this is a little shine of light should show right there, and that's the way you need to go. But on the right side, shoot that can with your gun, and that should be it. You get to a point where you need to come down this hill, and you're going to go past this bunker. It's not really a main path, you could go past it, but up there where I was flashing my flashlight is the previous collectible. But you just need to come down into this bunker and grab the thermos. Said a little bit too fast, but directly you should come down to this lighthouse, which is the main objective. You're going to get chased by the tornado, which is right there, and on the right side is a coffee thermos. Just don't go into the lighthouse or you go past the coffee thermos. You get to a point where you need to find Carl Stuckey, and you're inside this diner. Your wife told you go get the keys from him, and at the back of this diner, once you spawn in, basically to the back of the diner is a coffee thermos. You can easily go past it, and it should be really easy to get. When you get to the cabin, your main thing is to go straight ahead, but it's going to spawn you down here. But what we're going to do is turn around and climb up this mountain as I speed it up, just for you guys, because I don't want to waste you guys this time. Once you get up to the top, right where the car is at, to the left of the car, overlooking the island, is the coffee thermos.
The cabin obviously got its name from the shape of the island. It looked like a giant bird leg.
To get into the cabin, there are two collectibles in here. One is the radio. As you come in here, the power is off, but just come into the back on the porch, on the deck, is the radio. You don't have to listen to the whole thing, but I do because I'm interested in it with the story. That's what all the radios do. They just tell you about the story. And once you're done, go back into the cabin, and on the right side in the kitchen is the coffee thermos, just laying on the counter. Standing on the counter. After a little bit of playing, you should be able to get to this little cutscene, and it's just going to give you 2 manuscript pages. There's really nothing else to talk about.
The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night. Departure by Alan Wake.
Once you get to Carl Stuckey, you see him right there, right where that dead body is at. Just circle around onto the right side, and right there's a manuscript on the ground. And right when you pick it up, just go left, and there is a thermos right there, right next to the truck and the log. So there is a chest around here, as you can see where my flashlight is. Carl Stuckey is going to knock you down, and you're going to have to run out of a building. And you're going to go through the escape, that little fence gate that I just showed. And you're going to fight off a few enemies and run back here on the left side. And there is a secret chest. You got to unlock 5 of these and you get a achievement. You get to this point where you climb over this fence that's right where my flashlight is, and you run down here. You come to a fork in a path where you have to go right towards, the main path is toward that loose wire, but we're going to go left, and into this shack is a manuscript page. Number 4. Continuing from the previous collectible, which is if you just follow down the main path, you eventually get to this tree. You're going to have to climb down. And the main path is going to the right, but we're going to go left, and there is a thermos at the end. And it's sitting on top of this rock. You end up basically on the right side of the tree, and you can see where my flashlight is the other collectible. That's the tree we climbed down. And basically we're going to go right, which is towards the main path, and if you go left, right over there is going down the main and going straight to the main path, but we're going to go right. And you should be able to see this. There's just a log that's connected to this rock, and there is a manuscript page on it. Where my flashlight is pointing at, that's where we was originally at, just a little bit further down. But turn around, you're eventually going to come up here to these logs. You're going to go right is to the main path, but we're going to go left and follow the arrows. And what you want to do is climb up this ladder of where the logs are at. Turn right and climb up the hill and circle your way around to a shed that's on the top.
They're taken.
Inside the shed in the back is chest 2. Get to a point which, if you go right, you basically come up to this is the broken staircase. Wake is gonna say something about the broken staircase, how he needs to find a way to fix it or go around it. But what we're gonna do is from the broken staircase, just go left and circle your way around the right side, and you should find this coffee thermos.
All this forestry equipment around, there had to be something I could use to reach the top.
And you go to the back where you're gonna find this generator that gives power to the whole place. And over there is where we was just at, where the previous collectible is, where my flashlight is. And in this building, the Biltmore Logging Company, probably said it wrong, has a manuscript page in it. And there's a shotgun in there as well, as you can see on there in the shelf. Once you get the elevator down, which is basically this path, this bridge you're going to be making, continue your way forward, and that shed with the safe haven with the light, go inside that little shed, and in there is a radio. And once the radio's done, or if you don't want to listen to it, just make your way, just get out of it, go past the safe haven, and all the way in the back here is chest 3, where the shed is with the truck. And when you're done with that, with the chest, as I'm showing right there, turn back around, go towards the safe haven, and basically where the broken staircase was before, there is a pyramids of cans of pyramids. I accidentally shot it with a flare. For some reason, I thought it was broken. I shot it right after I recorded it. And continuing on, when you go on your main path, this is very unavoidable. The manuscript page is right there on the ground. This is basically along the main path. Continuing on the main path, there is a thermos that's hidden behind this rock.
Now. It's light welcoming in the darkness.
Continuing from the previous thermos collectible, you jump down that cliff, and if you stick to the left, wow, I'm being attacked by the Taken, that's the only thing that bugged me about this game, is that every time I'm about to record, they will show up. But just stick to the left, and you should come up to the manuscript page. And from that manuscript page, as I'm going to show right here, this is on like a little bit above the hill, which is towards the main path. But what you want to do is go back down the hill and run over here, go past the big rocks and this tree, and there is another one. It's basically towards the cliff. You just see barrels, and it's right there on the ground. There's a safe haven right next to it too. I didn't see it. On from the main path, you eventually get to a safe haven, and then you jump down from the cliff. As you can see, that's where the safe haven is, where my flashlight is. If you go down the hill to the right is towards the main path, which is towards the gas station. And if you go left up the hill, there is a chest. Just follow the arrows. And plus there is a locked fence. Boarded up fence as well. Go to the right side, and it is right there. To go down the hill towards the little gas station, like I said before, and up there is the chest. You can see that there is a page right there. We're gonna get it once we open it. You can get it right now, it doesn't matter. But you go inside the building, you can just press the button on the left side. But first we're gonna turn on the TV, as this is the first collectible TV collectible. I love these. These are like Twilight Zone episodes that last like 5 to 10 minutes. And once that's done, you could go to the left and hit the button that's on the wall, and that opens up the gate. And the manuscript page, it's right there on the ground if you haven't picked it up already. And in here, you're gonna have your final fight with Carl Stuckey. You could collect this right away, right when he spawns in with all the enemies, which you could just kill all the enemies and just go to it, which is what I advise. On the right side of this crane.
Itself.
You reach the gas station, you go underneath this light haven, this safe haven. Right next to the deer fort, which is right in front of you, is a manuscript page. Go past the deer float, and at the gas prices is the Thermos, the 13th Thermos in this level. And go towards the main street and go left. And at the end, of course I'm going to get attacked right here, like always. At the end is a Thermos. It's on the right side. It's shown right there. To make it back to the gas station, in here the TV is going to turn on by itself, which is going to give you just the collectible instantly. Just watch it.
It's been me on the TV talking crazy.
And once you do that, before you answer the telephone, that's how you leave the chapter, the episode. On one of the little shelves inside the store has a piece of history, which is right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. For more guides, subscribe for more Alan Wake guides in the future. I'll see you guys next time. See ya.